Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Extra Mile with Whitewater Freight. I'm Bill Butchkai, and I believe that we are on episode 5. I'm not sure if we're going to keep the thematic thing of episode numbers or not, but we're gonna keep playing it out and seeing what works best. Change my setup here a little bit, trying to keep refining what we're doing here. And speaking of kind of keep refining what we're doing, I remembered why we're doing what we're doing, and I'll probably get that into the next video. But what I wanted to go over in this video was something that we had sent out in an email today. Even though it probably wasn't sent out today when you're watching this, but it was sent out recently. What does say it recently? So we sent out an email that talked about the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And this was a very close topic for me. It was a very important topic for me, and as it turned out, it ended up being a very kind of important topic for a lot of people. I had people say that they took it to their boss, that they thought it'd be good to have at a meeting. I have people that told me that they talked to or sent it to their spouse. I had people tell me it really hit home for them, and that's the reminder to me that there's many reasons why we're doing what we're doing here. Uh, but before we get into all that, let's talk about a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. So when I grew up, I quickly learned, I learned that I had a fixed mindset. Uh, Actually, I didn't learn that I had a fixed mindset. I just learned to have a fixed mindset. And let's start with kind of defining these things a little bit. So, fixed mindset is going to think things like failure is going to be the limit of my abilities, versus a growth mindset is going to be failure is an opportunity for me to grow. A fixed mindset, I'm either going to be good at it or I'm not, one or the other. Uh, Growth mindset is going to be I can learn to do anything that I want. Fixed mindset, my abilities are unchanging. Growth mindset, challenges help me grow. Fixed mindset, I don't like to be challenged. Growth mindset, my effort and attitude determine my abilities. We can kind of go on down the wire with these things and kind of looking at a different perspective. We've got fixed mindset, very much here of fixed mindset. I'm not good enough. I need to prove my intelligence or talents. I want to avoid challenges because I don't want to fail. This is a big one for me. When I learned to have a fixed mindset, I learned to hide. I learned to hide very well because I didn't want to be found out that I wasn't as good as everybody else. I didn't want people to know that I wasn't as good as everybody else, because then they would know that about me and that would lessen my worth. So I wanted to hide in this idea of I'm perfect, I'm a perfectionist. I don't want you to find out otherwise, because then you'll know my secrets. Um, Fixed mindset, it treats criticism as an attack. Feels threatened by other people's success because you look at other people and you say, "What am I missing that they have? Why can they have that but I can't? What's wrong with me?" Growth mindset, I did my best and that's good enough. Growth mindset wants to improve intelligence or talent. Growth mindset engages in challenges to improve. Growth mindset persists in overcoming obstacles. Growth mindset treats criticism as an opportunity to learn. Fixed mindset is fixed. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. Growth mindset, I'm here and I want to get to here or here or here. And it doesn't matter what happens along the way, because it's about this journey. It's not about the destination. It's not about where I get to. It's about me and how much I put in and how much effort I put in. So I think personally, and I'm not learned on all this stuff. Just kind of a layman when all this stuff comes to it. But I think that we are all born with a growth mindset. I think that we all, honestly, I think that we all instinctively know this. We didn't come out of the womb knowing how to brush our teeth. We didn't come out of the womb knowing how to dress ourselves. I mean, some of us still really don't know how. I don't even know how to tuck in a shirt. I mean, like not that I know how to tuck in a shirt, but I don't know how to like really tuck in a shirt. You know that you've seen those people where it's like they know how to tuck in a shirt. It's like crisp, clean, looks really good. The belt doesn't scrunch up and everything. And I tuck in a shirt and like it just I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. But if I wanted to, if I spent a lot of time and I said, hey, go over to Men's Warehouse, teach me how to tuck in a shirt. It's just not really on my list of priorities. But anyway, way off track. We didn't come out of the womb knowing these things. We were taught these things. Um, when we come to our children, we we tell them that they are capable, that they can learn. We put them through school. We put them through school with the idea you have to study, you've got to work hard, you got to get good grades. There's some sort of song there. I can't remember what it is, but anyway, you got to do this stuff. So we don't treat our kids like that. We don't treat our kids with a fixed mindset. We treat our kids like they have a growth mindset. At least I hope. Uh, and we didn't treat ourselves like we had a fixed mindset. Um, but I think somewhere along the way we learn it. Um, and this is the whole debate about nature versus nurture and all that. And obviously there's in the Venn diagram of everything there's overlaps on everything. So let's not kind of get in the minutia of all that and the arguments of that. But I think somewhere along the way we learn these things because of fear and shame. And those are two big ones. Now, if I can say very much to anybody at all, um, one huge person that I cherish. I read every single thing that she writes. Brene Brown. She is a shame researcher and has written many, 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 many books, and every single one of them is gold. Um, Brene Brown, write it down, Brene Brown. But yeah, she's amazing researcher on shame, and I think that we kind of develop these things out of shame and fear. We see somebody else, and it's like we either want to be good at something or not good at something. We try something out and we say, "Oh, I'm not good at that." I really want to curse here, but I'm trying to hold it back because this is a kind of employee, like it's our company channel. Um, of course, we're not good at it. We just tried it. I just started painting recently, and I'm horrible at it. I am seriously like really horrible at it. Um, and I have been trying. I've been doing pour painting because that is right now that's the ability of my skill set. I didn't grow up learning how to draw, and again, it's not something I want to spend many 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 hours learning. Uh, but I like the arts and crafts of pour painting, so I've been learning that. And I have a whole bunch of canvases that I'm just going to throw out because they are horrible. But every single one I've learned something on. Every single one has taught me something new about technique, about how to do it, about mixing colors, about not mixing colors. And anytime that we do anything, we're going to be horrible at it. And this is, why you start out. And this is where I think people get the the concept of you see somebody else doing something, and especially with social media nowadays, but even without social media, you see somebody else doing something, and you're only seeing the highlight reel. That's it. You're not seeing the hours that they've spent practicing. You're not seeing any of that. You're seeing the highlight reel. You're seeing what they can do right now, and you're making a comparison to somebody else who has a completely separate set of circumstances. You and that is unfair. It's unfair to do to ourselves because then it takes something that we could enjoy just for the enjoyment of doing it and then turns it into a competition that says, I can't do this as well as that person, and so I'm not going to do it, and I don't want anybody to see me do it because I don't want to be embarrassed of how bad I am. Now, first off, if anybody ever makes you feel embarrassed at how bad you are at something, you need to remove those people from your life. They don't belong there. And then unfortunately there are a lot of toxic people, um, and sometimes they don't even realize it. But just large and far, you don't need somebody in your life that's going to try to make you feel embarrassed for wanting to do something. Um, it's not something that we try to give to our kids. It's not something that we want to do to our employees here at Whitewater Freight. I want our people to be able to do anything that they want to do, and I do not want to ever shame them or make them feel embarrassed. Because here's the big thing, if they feel embarrassed or afraid to show up with what they've done, then we're not going to get the productivity or the creation that they can do. That's a horrible thing. Could you imagine somebody that works at Disney that's afraid to draw because their boss has ridiculed them in the past, so they don't, try to draw something, and this is their job. Why would we do that to somebody? Why would we do that? We wouldn't. We would not do that. But so many of us have fallen into this fixed mindset at whatever age, whether it's 14. Um, it's something that I have valiantly tried to fight against with our daughter. Like, I don't want her thinking that I'm not good at this. Well, you're not good at it yet because you have to keep working at it. And I want her to go into her adult life with believing that, that she can just work at things and work at things and work at things and not give up on them and just do things for the enjoyment of them without putting that much pressure on herself. I want that for our employees. I want that for our clients. I want that for anybody that we interact with because I think that we will be in a much, much better world if we all know what we're capable of and that we can continue to learn and grow. And so that was the email that went out today. And thankfully, it was not that wordy. Um, but that's what we went out today with about a fixed and a growth mindset and the importance of a growth mindset. And so if you saw that email and we're here and you're digging in a little bit further, awesome. Kudos. I'm glad that we're here. Leave us some comments and all that stuff. Share the video if you want. I don't know. We're enjoying this. The next video, probably at least, I want to go over a little bit of why this is so important to us. Because as I sat there today getting these emails back from people, um, it really kind of hit home for me again. So anyway, not going to take up any more of your screen time. You have a beautiful evening, afternoon, morning, coffee time, tea time, whatever time it is, and we'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.